flat owners' future, the apartment bill that's going to be introduced in Karnataka. Karnataka Apartment Bill 2025, a law that could finally decide who really controls apartments in the state. So, what exactly is the Karnataka Apartment Bill 2025 that the Karnataka government wants to introduce? Well, this is meant to basically clearly define who owns what inside an apartment complex and who has the power to manage it. In cities like Bengaluru and many others across India, we're looking at apartment culture now increasing overwhelmingly. 1 in 5 people are living in apartments, and this has been a grey area for years as to who owns the common area, who has the rights to certain areas within the apartments. Well, right now, many flat owners face that confusion. Who controls common areas? Who manages maintenance money? Who runs the association? What happens when builders refuse to hand over control? Well, this bill claims to fix that problem. The government of Karnataka says the bill will clearly define apartment ownership, make apartment laws uniform across Karnataka, make registered apartment owners associations compulsory, set rules for maintenance, common areas, and dispute resolution. In simple terms, it tries to basically shift control from the builders to the residents on paper, so there's no confusion, and give more, embolden the owner basically. But this is where concerns also are. Many residents say that this law is coming a little too late and they still have no clarity on what accountability this really fixes. In fact, flat owners fear the bill still does not strongly fix builder accountability. There are worries about weak safeguards on maintenance funds and transparency, so they want a little more clarity on that. But the Karnataka government, especially D.K. Shivkumar, Bangalore Urban Development Minister also that he is, apart from Deputy Chief Minister, he said that the apartment culture in Bengaluru is growing and we are here to ensure that homeowners have their say. So will this law actually protect flat owners? Will residents finally get control? Can Karnataka set a national example with this bill? Let me bring in Abdul Aleem, President of Changemakers of Kanakpura Road Association, CMKRA, and also Dhananjaya Padmanabhachar, who is a convener, Karnataka Home Buyers Forum. Both of them are privy to the apartments bill that the Karnataka government is to introduce. Dhananjaya, why don't you give us more clarity on what this is? And as an apartment owner myself, what am I benefiting here?
Okay. First of all, thank you, Nabila, for taking up this important issue of apartment owners' rights protection. So let me, give you a little background about the apartment bills that existed in the state of Karnataka. See, it is true that government of Karnataka is trying to introduce a new bill, but frankly speaking, we had a Karnataka Apartment Ownership Act 1972 and Karnataka Flats Ownership Act 1972, which are two bills which is introduced in the year of 1972. But unfortunately, what happened in the past 52 years, the government of Karnataka, whichever the party which came into the power, did not implemented the act. Having said that, we had a law, we had a bill, but government did not show the will to implement the act. It did not declare a competent authority who will take care of the acts, and not even bothered about Section 17 of RERA. Right. So these are some of the irregularities the government of Karnataka from last 52 years has been doing it with the home buyers of Karnataka. And when the cases of being increased in the RERA or high courts or any civil courts in the Bangalore, the government suddenly woke up and said we are going to introduce a new bill. But frankly speaking, the bill which was there from 1972 has been very good, but only the problem that we faced was the implementation. Can you believe this? The government failed to implement and declare a competent authority for a particular act. Creating an act is not a great deal, but making a department responsible for implementation of act is a very, very important. This is where the home buyers of Karnataka are very, very worried about the government step now of introducing a new act, whereas they failed to implement the act which was introduced in the year of 1972, Maina. And the expectation, Nabila, is here. There are three expectations from home
Yeah.
buyers. The first one is apartment association has to be registered under the government competent authority. Second one is a Section 17 of RERA, which says the common area title. Please understand, I request all the viewers to listen to this. Section 17 of RERA clearly says common area title needs to be transferred. Please understand, it is transferred, not handover. Transferred to Association of Polities as per Section 17 of RERA. Till today, the RERA has been formed and implemented in the state in 2017 onwards. Till today, not even a single project which was registered in RERA in the state of Karnataka transfer the common area land to Association of Polities as per Section 17 of RERA. So third important point is Sakshama Pradhikara, which we call it as a competent authority, which will address the complaints of the home buyers in an apartment. What
Yeah.
happens once the flat has been handed over to flat owners? They form a kind of association there and start collecting money. But who will address the issues that existed within the communities or within the home flat owners and the association? We don't had a Sakshama Pradhikara. So what happens when you don't have a Sakshama Pradhikara? You have to approach the civil court. And you know that, how many cases are pending before the court and how many years it will take to resolve the cases. So these are the three important issues the home buyers of Karnataka are facing in the state, and we hope the new bill may resolve this. But only forming a bill without declaring a competent authority and without making a clear rules immediately will not solve the problems. 10 years of RERA existence, but absolutely no section 17 of RERA compliance in the state of Karnataka.
Let me also bring in Abdul Aleem for that matter. Abdul Aleem, do you believe that this new bill will now clearly shift control from builders to flat owners? Or does it still leave some key powers with developers? What changes are you expecting?
Nabila, thank you for having this discussion. Actually, you started this debate by saying that finally the control will be over the home buyers from the builders. But the single most important aspect for which all the home buyers fought for over years with the existing bills is about the ownership of land in the apartments. Okay, the current bill proposes UDS based land transfer, which stays on paper. On sale deed, it will say, I own some 0.5% of the land, my neighbor owns 0.5% of the land. It only stays on the paper. There's a Supreme Court order which says that mere registration of sale deed won't reflect, won't convey the property. It has to reflect on the revenue records. So by doing so, what they are trying to do in this is they are just making all the apartment owners just paper tigers. Real conveyance of land is not happening in this act. So as Dhananjay talked about Section 17 of RERA, Section 17 of RERA clearly mentions that the land should be transferred, the common area should be transferred to the Association of Allottees. So that is not happening with this bill. So the home buyers will continue to face all these challenges that they existed. There are hundreds of cases that is pending in the civil courts and high courts over builder mortgaging the property, builder reconstructing few more flats in the existing apartments, and so on. So this is not going to solve that. And one more important aspect that I would like to bring about is about the maintenance model. Okay, so there was a civil court order like about 1 month back, which said that all the flat owners, regardless of the square feet, the area of the apartment, they don't have to pay same maintenance charges.
Yeah.
So the act talks about one commercial community and commercial charges, which is about swimming pool, gym house, gym, clubhouse, etc. So which gives the association decision making capability on these things. So what this is going to happen is it is going to bring dispute between big apartments versus small
Yeah.
apartments.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they should continue with the same maintenance model where it was defined based on the area, because even our property taxes are collected on the square feet basis. We will not say that I am a big house owner, he's a small house owner, we are all using the same road, so why don't we collect the same property tax? So same concept applies to the apartments. So they should not leave any gap in this implementation. That is, apart from this, there are few positive aspects. like Dhananjay was speaking about competent authority. So we were told that for this act, there will be competent authority, that will be Urban Development Department, and there will be grievance redressal mechanisms. So earlier when we had problems, for example, my neighbor put one encroachment in my flat. So I had to go to civil court and fight that case. So if we have grievance redressal mechanism, competent authority, we can fight this out with the grievance redressal officer. So this issue will be solved. And they are also talking about 75% of the consent of the owners are required for modification of sanction plans, which is in line with RERA. So these are the some of the aspects that I would like to bring
A
out.
final word. I'll wrap with you, Dhananjay. How soon do you believe this bill will come into effect? This is DK Shivkumar's, it almost seems like his pet project. He's been pushing for it and consulting with a lot of you, including you, I assume, have been party to to finalize the details of this bill. How soon are we expecting this?
No, we are expecting this to be tabled in the Belgavi session. Or if we miss this session, I think probably in the upcoming winter session is what we are looking at.
Yeah. Can this
I
set
wanted to give
national
you
precedent?
Sorry?
Will this set national precedent?
I would not say national precedents, Nabila, because other states already implemented. We are actually the
Late.
last one to implement. So if we say national precedent, you should be the first one to implement. I can tell you Maharashtra implemented, transfer of title model long time. They have a very defined cooperative society model. Odisha has implemented, Tamil Nadu has implemented, Gujarat has implemented in the year 2018 itself. Goa
So
has implemented. We are the
Karnataka,
last.
in comparison, is delayed way too long. But let's hope this happens in the Belagavi
Oh,
session
definitely,
itself.
definitely. And also I wanted to bring up last point on deemed conveyance. See, we want to take what is the best practice followed in the entire country.
Yeah.
There is something called a deemed conveyance act, where if the builders don't transfer the title within 5 years, the competent authority has a powers to convey the title to the association. This need to be incorporated in the new law, which is not there in the draft or whatever the summary that in fact they are not shared the draft
Okay.
with the public yet. The what summary they have to include the deemed conveyance and also completion certificate. Till today in Karnataka there is no completion certificate issued by the competent authority. They need to ensure that project is completed in all aspects, issue a completion certificate, and give a 5 years time for the builders to transfer the title. If they don't do it, give the powers to competent authority to under the deemed conveyance. A power should be issued to them so that land becomes the association land. So these are the very two important major suggestions I have for the government, that anyway we are going to reply in detail to the government what changes we want to
And
bring
we're
up to the
hoping
government.
that the government will hear you and hear you clear. Thanks very much, both of you, for joining us.